I don't buy what he's selling, but that was great leadership. Not only a great hat, it was great leadership. It's playoff time. It's playoff time, and it's positive energy time. They're trying to win a playoff series, and LeBron is trying to will his team to a higher level of play and hit them with positive energy. You go negative at this time of the year when everybody's paying attention and Barkley and these guys are analyzing you every night on TV. That's how you create dissension in your locker room. Paul George looks up to LeBron James. LeBron James just gave you a lesson on playoff leadership. Positive energy works. Positive feedback, criticism works. He's lying to himself. They're not that close. They could have lost either one of these two games.
Well, I agree with that. I think, LeBron's a smart cat. I mean, there's a lot of guys that play in this league that may be basketball smart and then maybe not always personally smart. I think LeBron's both. And I think LeBron's always understood the temperature in the room. He whiffed on the decision. He was a younger player. He's learned a lot over time. I don't think you can fake passion. I agree with you. I think LeBron knows this roster was built for one team. They can offensively win the East. They can just win it offensively. I think what LeBron is saying is what you said. I think he's acting a little. I think there's a little bit of a commercial. We're this close. I need a little bit more. This roster is not constructed to be good defensively. Indiana's a poor offensive team. And they shot 49% in the first game. They're getting into the hundreds, almost the teens. I think there's a little acting going on here. And I think, for the record, I think if LeBron had acted a little better in the decision, half the world didn't hate him 7-8 years ago.
Well, also, I think LeBron is also being honest with himself because that going up an extra level, that extra tick, he's talking to himself because he did not play well yesterday. But Kyrie, one-on-one, pick and roll, he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
I mean, he's amazing at the hoop. Now, I grew up with Isaiah Thomas. My brother Butch recruited him into Indiana. Isaiah does not finish at the hoop like Kyrie, especially with his left and his right hand.
Incredible.
Kevin Love is getting his legs back up under him. Not only just a three-point shooter, but also the ability to be able to play in the post. LeBron wasn't playing great. He's not shooting the ball great, all right? He's not taking many shots, turn the ball over an awful lot. So if you want to go up an extra knot, they shot the ball 53% in these first two games. They are a shooting team.
That's what they do.
That will get them to the championship. How much defense do they have to play with Golden State? Well, they match up well with Golden State. So LeBron's not far off in analyzing, Doug, where the team is if he's the one that goes up that extra knot.
Well, first, Kyrie Irving is the best finisher as a point guard in the NBA since Rod Strickland. Just the ability to make shots to which off the window with either hand, like that is an incredible gift that he has. And he showed why last year he elevated his game to where you're like, oh, well, that guy's a superstar. Like, right. Look, if Kyrie was on his own team now, he would be putting up the type of numbers that we see Russell Westbrook putting up. That's just the difference here. And LeBron is kind of a Tiger Woods type of closer in these NBA series, right? He's undefeated, 18-0 when the team is up 2 games done. Much like when Tiger was, only lost one tournament when he led after 54 holes. Same type of thing. So great front runner. But I also think if you actually listen to what he said, he's right. They're not that far from flipping the switch. So he's not saying they flipped the switch and they're not that far from being where they want to be. He's saying we're not that far from flipping the switch, which is incredibly dangerous and incredibly arrogant to say, but maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he knows that they're just waiting for the right moment to downshift.
Here's what we do know. They're not any good on the road. And it's great that they won a 1-point game and now a 5 or 6 point game against a not very good Indiana team. I'm going to believe it. Talk to me about flipping the switch. If you go on the road, game 3, get it done, then I'll start buying it.
But he did not say, Jason, that they flipped the switch.
No, just that they're close. I don't see them being close.
Did you hear your second favorite basketball analyst behind me, Charles Barkley, what he said? Yeah. And I believe him. Cleveland does not respect the East.
I totally
And that's
agree.
where they are right now.
I think they're bored. Listen.
He stole that from me.
Think about this. With LeBron, Kyrie, and Love resting, so take rest into consideration,
right.
And take the fact they were defending champs, so you come in a little lethargic. Their margin of victory was still better than the Celtics. I mean, resting stars, defending champs. I mean, they took the second half off. I mean,
except when they went to Boston
And
they didn't have Tristan,
Yes.
and they
And they were
said,
great.
we're better than Boston.
I
That's
think-
why they don't respect the East, because nobody respects the East. Nobody thinks that they can lose a series.
I remember, I'll go college basketball briefly. When the Florida Gators won back-to-back titles.
Yes.
The second year.
In February, they went through a stretch where they didn't play.
And then the tournament came on, click, and you're like, wow. When you're great and defending champs, it's hard to get up in the morning and think, Milwaukee, we could be tested.
Recipe for disaster.
No,
I'm a gambler.
Yeah.
I'm a gambler. One of those craps. Oh, you don't respect the game? I bet you I'll take your paycheck. That's what I'm telling you.
Black check is better than the Pacers, though.
No respect, no championship.